Can I do my James Brown imitation?
I certainly hope there's enough space on the train for me.
What's up everybody, Adrian here, and I'm back with another article about Dan Aykroyd embracing the cancel culture. And he wants to cancel any comedian that has offensive material. And because he is a comedian, he gets to decide what is offensive, therefore he can decide which comedian to cancel. Now he did some recent interview because, the new Ghostbusters movie's coming out, and he was asked about cancel culture. Article starts off saying right off the bat that Dan Aykroyd said offensive, hurtful comedy should be canceled. I don't believe anybody should be canceled, especially if you're a comedian. As a comedian, you should be able to say anything, and he should know better than that because he's a so-called comedic writer. Just because he's a comedian doesn't make him the number one guy to decide who should be canceled and what is offensive and what is not. And also think of this: why is it only the left that gets to decide what is offensive and who should be canceled? The right doesn't have the option to decide, well, I don't like what the left is saying, therefore they should be canceled. It doesn't work that way. I don't even see it as left or right, Republican or Democrat. I think they're all the same. Well, for this sake, if you're on the right or more conservative, how come they are okay with free speech and being allowed to say anything? But yet liberals or far left Democrats, who are all about progressivism, equality, are the first ones to censor you, cancel you, and police what you are allowed to say. When you boil everything down, it's all about control. One group, the far left, being able to control the right or conservatives. Conversations regarding canceling comedians and programs for outdated and offensive material have been ongoing. True, but only by one group, the left. Many shows have faced retroactive backlash campaigns, causing them to either be removed or the creators to apologize for the content. The right or conservatives are not doing that. It's only one side. And they give an example here about Dave Chappelle and his Netflix, which contains a slew of hurtful and harmful remarks about transgender people. Some transgender people came out for Dave Chappelle and said it wasn't offensive. In fact, he should be allowed to say that. The public backlash was met with a surge from Netflix CEO who refused to remove or condemn the special. He only refused to do that because Chappelle brings in a lot of money. Okay. This led to a walkout staged by Netflix employees and a cascade of think pieces about the topic of cancel culture. The majority of people that walked out didn't even work for Netflix. There were fake people brought in to make it look like it was bigger than it really was. Now with the Dave Chappelle thing, listen, I like Dave Chappelle. He's funny, obviously. Of course he can get away with this stuff because he's black. I'm not impressed by his special that he's fighting the system and standing up against cancel culture. If he was a white comedian, then I'd be more impressed. But black comedians can really get away with anything. There's a hierarchy. I think white women can say anything. Minorities can say anything after that. Left people can say anything after that. And then basically the bottom of the ladder are straight white males. And let's be honest, Dave Chappelle is definitely part of the system. If not, at least he's using the system to just get more views for his comedy special. So Aykroyd explained the comedy spectrum means that you don't have to go pulling any divisive cards to get a laugh, speaking about the controversial cancel culture surrounding dated comedy and edgy routines. So he's basically saying that he wants to water down all types of comedy, or else you should be canceled. He continues to say there is more intelligent writing that can happen if you stay away from the offensive material. But who are you to decide what I should write about? I'm a screenplay writer. What if I don't want to be watered down? What if I want to be offensive? So then he gives some stupid example. Can I do my James Brown imitation?
I certainly hope there's enough space on the train for me. Nenge Mboko from Cameroon. Do you remember me? It's Lionel Joseph.
Lionel! From the African Education Conference, right?
Yes, man. I was director of cultural events at the Haile Selassie Pavilion.
I remember the pavilion. We had big fun there.
He was one of my best friends. I do his voice pretty good, but maybe I shouldn't anymore. Dan Aykroyd is a comedian. He should imitate anybody in any offensive way that he wants, or he should allow anyone else to do it too. How many far-left progressive comedians or just left-wing people in general have been caught in the past doing blackface, saying racist comments? They're not canceled. They're still getting movie roles. They're still doing comedy. They come out on a tweet and say, yeah, whatever, the past was the past, and I'm better for it now, and nobody bats an eye. They're not canceled.
So the train will be pulling into Philadelphia soon. Will you be getting off at the City of Brotherly Loves, Mr. Beeks?
Yeah, I will, but you won't. Winthorpe.
But yet, if you're conservative or on the right, even if you had a thought crime 30 years ago and then the left-wing mob comes after you, you're finished, you're done. As a writer, you can go to other areas and have success creative endeavors. You mean like woke culture and woke movies? How's that working out for you? But I'm gonna end with this. I think the woke wall, so to speak, is starting to get a lot of cracks. And the proof is at the box office, with all these woke movies pushing a far left agenda, they're failing. And people are starting to wake up more and more, and they're starting to fight back with their wallet. Not only in movies, but in sports, in comedy, TV shows, all over the spectrum. If we just hang in there, keep pointing out the woke bullshit, making fun of people like this, making them irrelevant, then things will finally get back to normal. So thanks for watching. Until next time, see you next video.